All right. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Philosophy of Fitness podcast. My name is Haley. I'm going to be your host today and every single day that you are tuning in. Guys, episode 4. We are already here. Episode number 4. We are just rolling right through it. Thank you for all of you guys that have been listening already and enjoying all of what I have to say already. Today, I wanted to talk about something that's a little bit more of like the flip side of what we've been talking about already. So I kind of had this epiphany moment in the shower where I was like, we talk a lot about how your mindset benefits your workouts and what you bring to the table physically. But I thought to myself, you know what? Wait a minute. How about how exercise benefits your mind, right? Because there's so much that has gone into how working out can benefit us mentally and emotionally, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I do have a news segment that I want to start here. I found like a couple news articles just about stuff that's kind of going on in the fitness mindset realm that I thought would be kind of interesting to discuss. So this first article that I found is from a website called Collective Evolution, and it says that doctors, scientists, and more gather online for a summit about the health concerns of 5G technology. So I'm sure a lot of us have been hearing things about 5G lately. There's a lot of different opinions on it. Fact of the matter is there's really not enough research on it, but let's get into what this article said. So basically, a global online summit featuring doctors, scientists, and activists addressing the health concerns of 5G technology and what people can do about it is set to take place the first week of June, so coming up pretty quick, and it's also free to sign up. So that's pretty interesting. I'm going to leave a link to you down below in the YouTube description box if you are interested in signing up. I'll get a little bit more into that, but basically, like I said, there's a lot of people that are really concerned about 5G, all the potential negative health side effects of it. And according to this article, repeated Wi-Fi studies show that Wi-Fi causes oxidative stress, sperm testicular damage, neuropsychiatric effects, including EEG changes, apoptosis, cellular DNA damage, endocrine changes, and calcium overload. Yikes. That's not fun. That's pretty scary. So that actually wasn't from the article itself. That was from a journal sourced or cited rather in the article. I'll leave a link to that article down below. Like I said, it is going to be free to sign up for this little summit thing. It's going to be totally online from June 1st through 7th of this year. Apparently, it's going to feature a number of experts, scientists, and activists in the field of discussing the issues from all angles. There's going to be an abundance of information there. So again, if you're interested in that, I will leave it in the description box. So I'd be curious to see what you guys think about 5G. I definitely am a little bit wary of it, to be honest. Like many other things out there, I just feel like we don't know enough about it. And I feel like there just isn't enough research and studies done on the health consequences. So, I mean, who knows? But according to that one study, that's definitely not a good sign. I mean, as we all know, energy affects us, right? So definitely keep your eyes out for that. Second article I found about our lovely friend Elon Musk. Congratulations to him for just having his baby with his crazy name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. But you know what? More power to him. That's great. Okay, so basically this article says that Elon Musk would not exercise at all if he could. So he was actually featured on the Joe Rogan podcast a couple weeks ago. He was talking about this, and he said that he enjoys eating tasty food and would rather eat tasty food and live a shorter life. He also said that he has a personal trainer, but he doesn't use him often and will sometimes lift weights on his own, which is fine. And a direct quote from Musk, he said, "To be totally frank, I wouldn't exercise at all if I could. I prefer not to exercise." All right. So, to each their own. He's obviously pretty busy with some other pretty important things. And he said that he doesn't like running on a treadmill either, but he'll do it if there's a compelling show on. So that's your boy, Elon Musk. That's what he does. That's what he does for his workouts. So, fascinating guy. He's definitely an interesting guy. And here's just a general, broader subject for you all that, as the country starts to open up in some parts, some fitness studios are going to be reopening, and they're following pretty strict protocol for reopening, lots of different things changing, being socially distant, obviously, stuff like that. What do you guys think about this? Do you think it's worth it for these places to reopen and at like half capacity and letting people like certain alphabetical letters coming in at certain days of the week, stuff like that? Do you think it's worth it? People having to wear masks inside when they work out, do you think that's worth it? And what are you going to do? Are you going to be one of those people that's going to be the first in line to go to the gym? Or are you going to kind of like stand back, wait to see what happens? I'd be really curious to see what your guys' take is on that. I personally don't think I'm going to be totally rushing out to go back to the gym as much as it sucks. I kind of just want to wait and make sure that everything's going to be safe. So that's basically where I stand on that. But yeah, sound off in the comments. Guys, I want to know. I'm so curious. And also, if you live, whatever state you live in, what are they doing there? When are they opening up? Do they even have a day for you set to open up? I'd be so curious to know. So that is our first little segment there. So now we're going to kind of flip it around into the topic for today, which is how exercise benefits your mind. So obviously, working out is really good for your physicality, right? Your bone density, building muscle mass, increasing your metabolism, life expectancy, all that good stuff. But it definitely goes deeper than just like what we experience physically. So I'm going to kind of share a little bit about like my experience with working out. Like for me personally, obviously working out is like such a huge part of who I am. I mean, you guys know I quit my job to become a trainer. But it's so much more than that. Like it is my stress outlet, and it's also like my way to like celebrate, as weird as it sounds. Like whenever I'm feeling really stressed out, kind of anxious or upset or something, like I'll go for a run or I'll go to the gym when it's open. And I just feel so much better afterwards. And if I'm in like a really good mood, I'm like, cool, let's go work out. Like I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fired up. And it's on the flip side too. If I'm like mad, I'm like, oh, I want to like go crush whatever I'm about to do. So it's kind of funny, but it always winds up making me like emotionally feel so much better. So that's kind of my experience with working out all throughout college. It was such a huge stress outlet for me, especially like during finals. I knew so many kids too that like we all relied on the gym to like help us through those stressful weeks of like studying and everything. Like it's really like honestly a really good stress outlet, and it's a healthy one. It's not like you're, drowning your sorrows away or something like that. So yeah, that is my experience with it. So science has a lot to back this as well. The benefits that we can have from working out. And I'm going to link out all my sources down in the description box below if you want to do a little bit more snooping on your own. But basically, working out has been linked to lowering depression, lowering anxiety, lowering stress levels, also reducing ADHD in some people. And there's a lot of other benefits that include just being more mentally sharp. You have better energy. You can sleep better at night. You have higher self-esteem. You have a boosted immune system. So all of that stuff kind of happens when you work out, and it's a response in your brain, right? When you work out, you release endorphins. Those are your feel-good hormones. So it's change that's happening at a molecular level, like physically, but also emotionally. And I'm no expert on this, but like I said, I can just speak to what I've seen in people that I've trained, and even in myself, that it is so much more than just like lifting weights or going for a run or, doing anything like that. Like it's something that you do for yourself, and it's something that's so rewarding, like knowing that you're challenging yourself and that you're proving to yourself what you can do with your body is like the best feeling. Like I feel the most confident when I've like left the gym and I have totally crushed my workout. Like I know some people will say I feel the most confident, when I'm dressed up, or like guys will be like, I'm the most confident when I'm in a suit and whatever. But like for me, I feel the most like confident and at peace with myself when I like know that I've given it my all, and I'm really like proud of myself for the work that I've put in at the gym. It's just like such a rewarding feeling, and it sets you up for a good rest of the day too. Like even if you work out at night, in the morning, whatever time of day it is, it really doesn't matter. It just puts you into that state of mind, like that feel-good state of mind. You literally sweat out the stress, the negativity, everything like that. So yeah, it's really it's really beneficial in a lot of ways. And I just thought of another idea for a video. If you guys, the benefits of like sweating and saunas and stuff like that, and kind of the cultural ties to sweating spiritually and physically. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Something I just thought of. But yeah, lots of benefits, like I said, from working out for that nice, clear mindset. So you're probably wondering, what do I have to do for this? Like, I don't have, X amount of hours a day or a week to be going to the gym, pumping iron, or even now that we're all at home, like doing that. And that's okay. It doesn't require like a ridiculous amount of time for you to see those mental benefits. So it doesn't, involve hours and hours of that. You can literally like go for a walk or a jog outside, and you'll reap those benefits. And there's a lot of benefits too to just being outdoors. Obviously, be socially distant and be safe about what you're doing. Wear masks if you're like in close quarters and stuff. But getting fresh air and getting sunlight is so important for your immune system, your vitality, your health. Gives you that vitamin D. Fresh air too in general. It's just like it's very rejuvenating. We're meant to be out in nature. It's something that's very healing. So make sure you get that time. If you can, do your workout outside. Like if you can do your cardio portion, you're walking, you're jogging. If you can do it outside, do it outside. Or if you want to bring your weights or whatever you're using, like back out to your yard, if you have a space like that or any kind of outdoor space, like do it outside if you have that privilege to have that available to you. I think it'll really kind of help your mindset. I know for me, like I've been starting to do some of my workouts outside now, like aside from, running or whatnot, like actually taking my weights outside and doing them. And I feel a lot better afterwards. Like I have, my music playing, the sun is shining, and it's just like a really nice experience. So yeah, like I said, you don't have to do anything crazy. Ideally, what you'd want to look for is probably around like 30 minutes of a moderate intensity activity, 3 to 5 times a week. So if you could find a way to do that, you can start small too. Like you don't have to start off with like, a half-hour run, like the first day, just going guns blazing, whatever. Like you definitely don't have to do that. You can start off like, okay, let me go for a 10-minute walk today. Baby steps. I'm telling you, that is the name of the game. That's what's going to get you to where you want to be. Don't overwhelm yourself with trying to go like all out right out of the gate, because you're probably not going to keep that up for too long. So yeah, just start off with like a 10-minute walk, 3 days a week. Then you gradually start to increase that. Then you'll say, you know what? Okay, now I'm going to do 15-minute walks, maybe like 4 times a week. And then maybe you'll increase that intensity a little bit more, and you'll say, you know what? Okay, I'm ready for my half-hour walk now. I'm going to do it 5 days a week. And then you've made that commitment to yourself. And then you can slowly kind of tack on from there. You can increase the frequency or you can increase the intensity. So maybe you'll transform those to like half-hour runs. And then they turn into half-hour runs like a little bit more each week, or a 45-minute run. It's baby steps and it's a progressive build, and that's what's going to improve your endurance, and that's what's going to give you like a longer, more sustainable change, rather than just like trying to wrap your mind over like doing everything at once, because that can get like so overwhelming, and it kind of will be counterintuitive at that point, because you're going to be like stressed out about what you're doing, and you're trying to like relax, you're trying to unwind and serve yourself in the best way possible, right? So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. And examples of things you can do, guys. Walking, like I said, walking outside is great if you live somewhere where there's a little bit more hills or stuff like that. Walking on inclines, really, really good for you. Really targets your posterior muscle chain, so the backs of your legs. So walking on inclines, really good for strengthening your hamstrings, your glutes, your calves, anything like that. So yeah, walking is like super underrated. I've also been doing every night now, or like almost every night. I say that loosely. Going for like sunset strolls, I call them. And I do it after dinner every night. And it's just me by myself. I bring my headphones. I listen to some music. And I almost think of it as like a walking meditation, because I'm kind of just like, I'm alone with my thoughts. I'm in, my own space mentally. And I'm just like focusing on breathing outside, being outside, and kind of just like being fully present. And I feel like it really helps me relax too. And I kind of think it's helped me sleep a little better walking at night. So I don't know. It's just a really nice time of day for me. I I'm such a sucker for sunsets. Like I love watching the sunset, even the sunrise too, even though it's kind of a struggle for me to get up that early. But yeah, I've really been enjoying that. If you're someone who loves sunsets, I would totally recommend. Helps you digest your food too, taking a nice little walk after you eat. Yeah, so that's kind of the story there. You can do jogging, cycling. If you have a bike, you can do swimming if you have access to a pool or some other body of water. And again, like start small with it, right? So yeah, I mean, overall, guys, your exercise will only benefit you mentally the more that you do it. And I think for me too, it's really helped my confidence and my sense of self. Like, I mean, obviously everyone starts somewhere. Like I really started getting into lifting and going to the gym when I was in college. And I remember like feeling so overwhelmed at first. Like I know so many people can relate to this, like walking into the gym and being like, oh my God, I can't use that machine. Like somebody's going to look at me and I'm going to use it wrong. Like I can't do that. Or like, oh my God, my friend's not here. So like, I'm not going to go to the squat rack now because I'm nervous, or like, stuff like that. And you get so in your own head, just about like all that kind of silly stuff. But like everybody starts somewhere. Seriously, everybody starts somewhere. I was that kid too, like in middle school that like, whenever the mile test came around, like I was last place, like literally last place, like the slowest one in the class. Yeah, it's crazy. Like if there's a will, there's a way. That's the moral of like what I'm trying to say. And I don't want this to come off as like, oh my God, I'm like such a good athlete now. Cause I don't want to like sound like that, but I want to like articulate that like everybody can start somewhere. There's no special superhuman gene that this person has that you don't have. It's just that person A might be tapping into their potential while maybe you're not fully exploring that. And a really great way to help yourself like get into a better mindset is to start working out. And they're so like interconnected too. Like once you start working out, your mindset improves. And it just keeps going back and forth. Like they're just so connected. And that's why I wanted to start this podcast too in general, is just like to show how much that connection exists, like in every aspect of fitness and all kinds of things. And so moral of the story today, exercise. If you're feeling a little, down and out, or a little, I don't know, uninspired, go for a walk, go for a jog. I'm telling you, you will be surprised at how much better you feel after you do it. Like I know for me, every single time I feel so much better. And I've never once in my life gone to the gym and like done my full workout and afterwards said like, oh, I am not happy that I did that. No, every single time you go to the gym and you put in your like 110% effort, you leave there, you're like, you know what? I just gave it my 110%. I am so proud of myself. I just did the best I could. And now I'm going to go like reward myself with a nice healthy meal, whatever it might be. Like, I feel like I personally have never had a time where I've like left the gym and been like feeling worse than I felt before I worked out emotionally. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let me know if you guys feel that way too. Like I really do. There's just such a strong connection between the two. And yeah, like I said, I'm no expert on the neurological responses that happen in our brain and the molecular hormonal things and whatnot. But I do know enough from my experience and from what I've seen with other people that it does benefit your mind. And it's life transforming, to be honest with you, as silly as it sounds. And it all just starts from like that one decision. It all starts from somewhere. It starts from one day you deciding to walk into the gym. One day you deciding to take your sneakers out of the closet and go for a run. And the next thing you know, boom, it's like second nature to you. It becomes a habit. It becomes who you are. And it's really cool. So let me know what you guys think of that. Let me know what your experience is. If you find that you also feel the same way, if you feel like you feel more mental clarity after you do a workout, I'd be really curious to hear. But But that is all I have for today, guys. I will let you know that I have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. There will be guests in the future. There's lots of really cool topics that I'm going to be delving into, a little bit more on the mystical side, like the spirituality side coming up. Yes, but I'm super excited to get some guests on here, so just hang tight. Obviously, there can't be people physically here, but I'm going to be doing them virtually, and I'm really, 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 really excited for that, and I hope that you guys are too. But without further ado, I am sending so much love, light, and happiness your way. Adios, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, you can follow me on Instagram at I'm Haley Noel. And you can find me on Facebook at Philosophy of Fitness. So I will bid you all farewell and adios, namaste, kumbaya. Until next time. Yes, I just gave like 5 outros. Okay. Now I'm really going. Bye.